Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to see about Thomson's model. The Thomson's atomic model was proposed by William Thomson in the year 19. This model explained the description of an inner structure of the atom theoretically. It was strongly supported by Sir Joseph Thomson, who discovered the electron earlier. During cathode ray tube experiment, a negatively charged particle was discovered by J.J. Thomson. This experiment took place in the year 1897. Cathode ray tube is a vacuum tube. The negative particle was called an electron. Thomson assumed that an electron is 2000 times lighter than a proton and believed that an atom is made up of thousands of electrons. In this atomic structure, he considered atoms surrounded by a cloud having positive as well as negative charges. The demonstration of ionization of air by X-ray was also done by him together with Rutherford. They were the first to demonstrate it. Thomson's model of an atom is similar to a plum pudding. Postulates of Thomson's atomic model. The first postulate: an atom consists of a positively charged sphere with electron embedded in it. An atom as a whole is electrically neutral because the negative and the positive charges are equal in magnitude. Thomson's atomic model is compared to a watermelon, where he considered watermelon seeds are negatively charged particles, the red part of the watermelon as positively charged. Limitations of Thomson's atomic model. Thomson's atomic model failed to explain the stability of an atom because his model of atom failed to explain how a positive charge holds the negatively charged electrons in an atom. Therefore, this theory also failed to account for the position of the nucleus in an atom. Thomson's model failed to explain the scattering of alpha particles by thin metal foil. No experimental evidence was there in its support. These were the reasons why Thomson's atomic model failed. Then came up Giger-Madsen's experiment. In this experiment, as we can see, there is a beam of alpha particles which is being emitted by a radioactive source against a thin foil which has been placed at the center. Surrounding the gold foil has been placed a zinc sulfide screen that would show a small flash of light when hit by scattered alpha particles. The idea was to determine the structure of atom and understand if it were what supposed by Thomson. That was referred to as the pudding model. In particular, if the atom had an internal nucleus separated from the external electrons, then they would have been able to observe events or particles with large angle of deviation. Obtained actually these results, the New Zealand physicist concluded that the atom was formed by a small and compact nucleus, but with a high charge density, surrounded by an electron cloud. In this image, it is depicted the interaction of alpha particle beam with nuclei of thin gold foil. One can see how majority of the particle passes undistributed or with small angles of deflection through the empty atoms. Some particles, however, passing close to the nucleus are diverted with an high angle or even bounced backwards. As we can see, there are positive charges on the right hand side, and here there is a positive charge at the center and all the negative charges. And the beam of alpha particles is there with different angles of deflections. Some are having small, some are having large deflections. The center has been with the gold foil, and there are all alpha particles that are passing through these gold foils. The interaction between an alpha particle and the nucleus is also known as Coulomb scattering, because the interaction in the collision is due to Coulomb's force. In this diagram, it is shown the detail of interaction between an alpha particle and the nucleus of an atom. As we can see, there is a trajectory of alpha particles. It is bending along an angle, say theta, which is having a scattering angle, and there is a nucleus which has been placed below. Rutherford's atomic model experiment. Now in this experiment we see that there is a gold foil which has been placed at the center, and alpha beams are passing through a lead shield. These particles are continuously reflecting on the surface of the gold foil, and they are movable. So because of this, there are different reflections that has been produced in this particular experiment. There are A, B, C. A is for transmitter beam, B is where the scattered beam are there, and C is the scattered beam which are having large deflection. In the Rutherford's experiment, he bombarded a high energy stream of alpha particles on a thin gold foil of say 100 nanometer thickness. The stream of alpha particles were directed from a radioactive source. He conducted the experiment to study the deflection produced in the trajectory of alpha particles after interaction with the thin sheet of gold. To study the deflection, he placed a screen made up of zinc sulfide around the gold foil. Now, the observations made by Rutherford contradicted the plum pudding model given by J.J. Thomson. Before moving, I would like you all to have a glance at this diagram. I hope it is very much clear with this diagram which has been given over here. Alright. Now, observations of Rutherford model experiment. On the basis of the observation made during the experiment, Rutherford concluded that major space in an atom is empty. A large fraction of alpha particles passed through the gold sheet without getting deflected. Therefore, the major part of an atom must be empty. The positive charge in an atom is not distributed uniformly, and it is concentrated in a very small volume. That is, a very few alpha particles, when bombarded, were deflected by the gold sheet. They were deflected minutely at a very small angle. Therefore, he made the above conclusion. Now, very few alpha particles have deflected at a large angle or deflected back. Moreover, very few particles had deflected at 180 degrees. Therefore, he concluded that the positively charged particles covered a very small volume of an atom in comparison to the total volume of an atom. Postulates of Rutherford's atomic model based on the observations and the conclusions. An atom is composed of positively charged particles. Majority of the mass of an atom was concentrated in a very small region. This region of atom was called as the nucleus of an atom. It was found out later that the very small and dense nucleus of an atom is composed of neutrons and protons. Atom's nucleus is surrounded by negatively charged particles called electrons. The electrons revolve around the nucleus in a fixed circular path at a very high speed. These fixed circular paths were termed as orbits. An atom has no net charge, or they are electrically neutral because electrons are negatively charged and the densely concentrated nucleus is positively charged. A strong electrostatic force of attraction holds together the nucleus and the electrons. The size of the nucleus of an atom is very small in comparison to the total size of an atom. Drawbacks of Rutherford model. Rutherford's experiment also had certain drawbacks. He was unable to explain the stability of an atom. According to Rutherford's postulate, electrons revolve at a very high speed around the nucleus of an atom in a fixed orbit. However, Maxwell explained accelerated charged particles release electromagnetic radiations. Therefore, electrons revolving around the nucleus will release electromagnetic radiations. The electromagnetic radiation will have energy from electronic motion, as a result of which the orbit will gradually shrink. Finally, the orbits will shrink and collapse in the nucleus of an atom. According to the calculations, if Maxwell's explanation is followed, Rutherford's model will collapse with 10 raised to the power minus 8 seconds, that is hardly in a fraction of seconds. Therefore, Rutherford's atomic model was not following Maxwell's theory and it was unable to explain an atom's stability. Rutherford's theory was incomplete because it did not mention anything about the arrangement of electrons in the orbit. This was one of the major drawbacks of Rutherford's atomic model. Conclusion: even though the early atomic models were inaccurate and could not explain the structure of atom and experimental results properly, but it formed the basic of quantum mechanics and helped the future development of quantum mechanics. Thank you.